Hi, everyone, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Thanks for joining us here on Duckbait TV as we have the boys' game coming up in just a few moments. The Fort Scott Tigers looking to get their first win of the season. The Frontenac Raiders also looking to get their first win of the season as they come in at 0-4. The Tigers, of course, 0-5. I think we're going to get the national anthem again here tonight. Usually do that twice a night here in Fort Scott. So we'll get that here in just a moment. The choir sang the national anthem for the girls' game earlier. So your starting lineups tonight. First for the Frontenac Raiders, their head coach is Ryan Barcelona. They come in at 0-4 this season, and they will go with 6'3" sophomore Brogan Smith, 6' senior Vinny Collier, 6'3" senior Caden O'Bray, 6'3" senior Jaden Houghton, and 6'4" junior Jake Wegner. Fort Scott Tigers, of course, they come in tonight 0-5 on the season. Head coach Brennan Feeback. His assistants are Jason Young and Jeff Armstrong. And the Tigers will go with 6' senior Dub Chipman, 6'3" junior Kanan Brown, 6'3" junior Tyler Anderson, 6'3" senior Josh Woolhoff, and 6'5" senior Ty Marbury. Tigers in their home white uniforms with the black letters, red numbers, black and red trim. Frontenac in their road black uniforms with the white letters, white numbers, and white trim. And it'll be Ty Marbury jumping against Jaden Houghton of Frontenac, and we are underway. And ball is loose. Frontenac won the opening tip, but Brown steals it away, lays it up and in. Cannon gets the Tigers on the scoreboard first. And now Frontenac back inside. Ball deflected. Picked out to there by Frontenac. Now ball loose, and they'll say it was out of bounds off of Fort Scott. So we'll stay with Frontenac. O'Bray wearing number 3. He's one of the guys to watch for Frontenac. He's definitely one of their leading scorers. Watched some highlights of the team earlier from the season, and he was in most of their highlight reel. Shot there, no good by Collier. Fort Scott grabs the rebound. And here comes Brown down to the corner. Take it back around. You get it back to Cannon on the left side. Out to Dub. 7:05 to go. Seems like we played about half the quarter here so far, but we've only played a minute. A lot of action in the early going. Here's Brown driving in. Shot there is too strong. Rebound by Marbury. Back around. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Got to put something up. And they do with the buzzer, and it goes in. Ty Marbury hits the shot. About an 8-footer from the baseline. Fort Scott with the early 4-0 lead. Frontenac, as I mentioned, coming in at 0-4. They lost to Labette County in their first game. Lost a CNC League game at Riverton back on December 10th. That was a 10-point loss. Then they lost to Anderson County 60-57. Here's the layup that's good. There's more on that Anderson County game in just a moment as Houghton scores the bucket there for Frontenac. And noticed, I didn't watch the whole game, but I did notice they were leading. Frontenac was leading Anderson County in that game late in the fourth quarter. Here's a three-pointer on the way from the Raiders. That one doesn't go. Dub grabs the rebound, and the Fort Scott Tigers will come back the other way. Anderson County outscored Frontenac 21-5 in the last 6.5 minutes of that game back on December 17th, and won by 3 in Frontenac. And then they closed out their pre-Christmas schedule with a loss at Lamar back on December 19th. So they're looking for their first win, just like the Tigers here tonight. We're hoping the Tiger Dome can help guide the Tigers to that first win of the season here this evening. And we got a foul here on the Raiders, first one of the night. And it's going to put Fort Scott at the free throw line. Foul is on Houghton. To see if I'm saying that right here. Free throw for Ty Marbury. Made the first one but missed the second. And Frontenac comes away with the rebound. It's 5-2. And now a steal by the Tigers. Dub will come down the floor. Nice little shot there. That one goes for Wolhoff, and the Tigers increase that lead out to 7-2. Drive in, kick it back out. Now the three-pointer on the way from Smith. That one no good. Rebound batted up in the air. Frontenac able to take it away. Now they get it over to Smith in the corner. He'll drive the baseline. Puts that one up and in for the Raiders. Frontenac back to within 3, 4:38 to play. Pass down low to Brown, shot a little bit too short, and Frontenac comes away with the rebound. That's O'Bray with it. Again, we expect to call his name quite a bit here tonight. He'll go coast to coast. Shot is rimming off, no good, but a foul on Fort Scott will put him at the free throw line. Foul's going to go on Chipman. That's his first. First one on the Tigers here tonight. Caden O'Bray will have 2 at the free throw line. First one is good. And now Fort Scott with a quick sub here. Second free throw is good. Quadai Moreland is the one checking in for Fort Scott here. 6'5" junior. Second free throw was good. Jacob Wegner picks up his first foul. And Cannon Brown at the line for two. The Tigers, he missed. Second free throw for Cannon, he missed them both. Cannon, a 75% free throw shooter coming in, but he misses them both there. So Frontenac gets the ball back into the front court. Ball goes left side, now into the corner. Smith drives the lane. He gets stopped there, now kicks it back out. Shot for Frontenac is too short. Rebound chased down by the Tigers. Ball back to Frontenac here. Still 7-6. Fort Scott with the lead. Three-pointer in the corner from Obrey, and that one's no good. Rebound loose inside. Loose on the floor. Finally pulled out of there and shoved over to Dub Chipman. Head to Brown. Shot no good, but a foul. And this one maybe on Obrey. Caden Obrey picks up his first foul. And now Cannon will go back to the line for two. First one is good. Mentioned he's a 75% free throw shooter coming in. Fort Scott with a couple of subs here as they will get Tyler Anderson back in the game. And also Aiden Ogren will check in. Aiden, the 6'2 junior. Second free throw is good. Well, the lead goes back to 3 for Fort Scott now. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Frontenac hands it off to Obrey. Now back around. They get it back to Obrey on the right corner, or right wing. Now to Brogan Smith in the right corner. He'll sling it across the lane to Julius Courtney, who's just checked in. And Fort Scott comes away with the steal. Down the court it goes to Brown. Now over to Moreland. Moreland getting his first action on the floor for the Tigers here in this one. Now they'll go back. 9 on the shot clock. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound fought for, and now we've got a whistle here. And they're going to say out of bounds off of Fort Scott. Vinny Collier will check back in for the Raiders. And Malachi Larson will come in for the Tigers as well. Malachi, a 6'1 senior. That goes left side. Vinny Collier has it there for Frontenac. Now they get it to the wing. Collier hands it off. Sling it back outside. Collier back with it on the wing. That one doesn't go. Rebound Moreland inside for Fort Scott. We got a whistle, and it looks like a foul on the Raiders. Foul's going to go on Wegner. That's number 2 on him. So he will come out. Jacob Murphy will check in for the Raiders. Three-pointer from Moreland. That one goes! So Moreland with a big three-pointer. That'll make it 12-6 Fort Scott. Kick into the wing. Three-pointer on the way. That one good from Vinny Collier, so Frontenac gets it right back. Pass deflected and knocked out of bounds by the Raiders, so Fort Scott will get it back. Brogan Smith back in. Luke Sneed also into the game. And now Brown will get it across the timeline. Now we got a whistle and a moving screen going to be called on Moreland, I believe. So Moreland's first foul. Frontenac works it back out. About a second difference between shot clock and game clock here. So they will have to shoot it, but they can take it down as far as they can. Here's a three-pointer. It misses everything. Rebound is going to go out of bounds to Fort Scott. So Moreland will have the inbounds play here. And three-pointer coming at the horn, I think was a little bit late, missed anyway. So Fort Scott will take the lead here at the end of the first quarter with your score, Fort Scott 12 and Frontenac 9. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fort Scott Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. So as we come back for the second quarter, the Tigers with the lead here. Going to start the second quarter with Quade Moreland, Malachi Larson, Aiden Ogren, Tyler Anderson, and Josh Wolhoff. 5 on the floor in white to start the second period for the Tigers. Inbounds play comes into Anderson. He'll get it across the timeline. Ball knocked away and stolen by Frontenac. They'll come back the other way, and a quick layup for Vinny Collier is good. Now, Fort Scott's going to get some subs here. Dub Chipman, Canton Brown, and Ty Marbury all check back in for the Tigers. Anderson, Ogren, and Malachi Larson will all check out. Ball goes into the corner, now back to Dub. Now to Moreland. He'll try another three. That one doesn't go that time. Rebound chased down in the corner. It's going to be loose, and we got a whistle. So he was out of bounds off of Frontenac. Fort Scott with another opportunity here, leading by 1. Second quarter has been a problem all year for the Tigers. We'll see how they've adjusted for the second 8 minutes here tonight. Dub drives the lane. Now back out to Moreland. He'll take it in there. Has it knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Scott. 45 seconds into the second quarter. Inbounds play comes to Brown. Now it goes into the corner to Chipman, and Dub will bring it back out to reset the offense. Now Dub drives in. Shot. Oh, my. That almost went in. Kind of a circus shot there, but he's going to get a couple of free throws. Foul's going to go on Jacob Murphy. And a collective gasp through the Tiger Dome as mentioned. Was he not shooting? Sure looked like a shot to me. They're going to say he was not shooting, though. So an inbounds play is all it is here for the Tigers. Tough luck there for, maybe the foul occurred before Dub was falling. Maybe that's what they said was the reason he was falling. And anyway, here's, because he was falling towards the basket. But anyway, here's the, you got a foul on Fort Scott. That one's going to go on Ty, so he picks up his first foul of the evening. And the ball goes back to Fort Scott, or Frontenac here. 12-11 your score. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Frontenac with the ball, Fort Scott with the lead. Obrey now into the corner to Smith. He'll drive into the lane, now kicks it back out. Fort Scott into man-to-man defense here. Drive to the bucket, turnaround shot with the left hand. That one doesn't go. Rebound batted back out by Frontenac. They'll get it back out to Obrey. Now back to Collier for 3, and that'll put Frontenac on top for the first time tonight. Dub drives into the lane, passes it back out, and it's going to be stolen away by Frontenac. Here come the Raiders. Back to Collier for another 3 in the corner. That one doesn't go this time. Rebound taken there by Brown. Brown up the floor. We got a whistle and a foul. It looks like going to be on Frontenac. That one on Vinny Collier that time, his first. And now Fort Scott's going to take a timeout. And the Tigers will take a 30-second timeout. Their first timeout taken here tonight. Again, the Tigers have really struggled in the second quarter this season. But looking to hang in there tonight with Frontenac, who has struggled as well this year. They lost by 12 to Labette County. That was at home. That was in Frontenac, but started the season with Labette County, and then lost by 10 at Riverton. And that 3-point loss to Anderson County, in which they were leading and were outscored 21-5 by the Bulldogs in the last 6.5 minutes. I just know those stats. I didn't watch the game, so I'm not exactly sure what happened in the last 6 minutes and 30 seconds of that game, but it was not good for the Raiders. And then they lost 61-48 to Lamar to finish out their pre-Christmas season, or pre-Christmas schedule. And here's a pass out of bounds by the Tigers. We'll go back to Frontenac here. So they are hungry for a win, just like the Tigers are. What a great first quarter for Fort Scott. Got the student section into it, the crowd into it. And now a little bit of a lull here the last couple of minutes. We'll see if they can get things ramped back up here. Frontenac drives in. Now kicks it back out. They've got it to Huffton. Now down the baseline. Shot there. Doesn't go. Rebound Brown. Here come the Tigers. ahead to Chipman, and it was a little bit wide. Now back out to Anderson for three, a little short, and the rebound goes out of bounds, back over to Frontenac. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll have all your halftime entertainment here on Duckbait TV as the dance team will perform. Drive in by Frontenac. That one, a shot is no good. Another rebound by Brown. Now to Ty, shot there. Oh, hit every inch of the rim, but just didn't fall. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Into the corner they go to Smith. Now Collier for three. Yep, missed badly. Rebound Fort Scott. Now pass. They tried to get it to Ty, and it was knocked out of bounds by the Raiders. Frontenac will get a sub here as they will check Jake Wegner into the game. Inbounds comes right to Brown. Now back to Dub. Brown trying to set a screen. Now they'll kick it over to Woolhoff for three. That one missed. Rebound out of bounds. This time they'll say it was last touched by the Tigers. So 4:10 to go here in the second quarter. Fort Scott has yet to score in this second quarter, but Frontenac's only got 5 points in the frame, so it's just a 2-point Raider lead right now at 14-12. Drive by O'Bray. That shot rolls around and falls. So O'Bray gets his first field goal of the evening, and that lead extends to 4 now for the Raiders. Pass goes into the corner. That was shot there. That one doesn't go. Fort Scott has just had tough luck this year getting shots to fall on a consistent basis. Frontenac comes away with another rebound. Tigers need to go on a run here. Frontenac's helping him out by missing some shots too. Rebound comes down. They get it over to Brown. He'll drive the baseline. He's stuck under the basket now. Kick it to the side, knocked out of bounds. I say it was last touched by Frontenac, so Fort Scott will keep it here with 3:11 to play in the second quarter. Again, the Tigers have not scored yet here in the second quarter, but see if they can get that changed here, as looks like Nate Cunningham will check in at the next possible opportunity here. Dub drives to the baseline, shot there. That one doesn't go. Man, tell you what, you got to get those lids off the basket. Shot by Brody Smith, and now a timeout by Fort Scott as Smith hit Brogan Smith makes the basket for the Raiders. And Coach Feeback will take a full timeout here. We'll be back in a moment. This is Fort Scott Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV.
If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617.
So Nate Cunningham does check in here. He's a 5'10 senior for the Tigers. Into the game for the first time tonight. Marbury's got the ball out front for the Tigers. Now they kick it back to Anderson. 3 on the shot clock. Shot there is no good, just a little too short from Marbury. Rebound ahead to O'Bray. He missed the bunny. Rebound, Fort Scott, and then a foul on O'Bray, and that's, I believe, number 2. Well, a bit of a frustration foul for Caden O'Bray. Wade Moreland will check back in for the Tigers here. They'll also get Dub Chipman in the game. So Cunningham will check out. Also, Ty Marbury will come out for a quick breather. 2:10 on the clock. Again, Fort Scott looking for their first points of this second quarter after a 12-9 advantage at the end of the first 8 minutes. Moreland drives into the lane, stops his dribble, now kicks it back around. They get it to Brown, into the corner to Chipman. Dub drives into the lane, now kicks it back out to Moreland. Moreland lost the ball in the drive, taken by Frontenac. Ahead it goes. Layup there is good by Smith. Tell you what, the second quarter struggles Fort Scott has had this year, if it's not out of reach at the end of the second 8 minutes, Fort Scott's going to have a chance here. Foul on Frontenac. Julius Courtney, his first. Jacob Murphy back in the game for Frontenac as well. Here's a three-pointer that doesn't go. Rebound taken down by Frontenac. Collier has it. Now we got a whistle on the way to the bucket here. And a foul on Dub. That'll be the second one on Chipman tonight. Ty Marbury checks back in for the Tigers. Drive to the bucket here for Frontenac. That one goes in. Vinny Collier, he's been their leading scorer here tonight. And now it's a 10-point Frontenac lead. Fort Scott's got to get a couple of baskets here before the end of the first half, you would think. Here's a shot. That one doesn't go by Brown. He gets the rebound, though, and puts it back in there. So Brown will get it back to an 8-point deficit for the Tigers. About 11-second difference between his shot clock and game clock. Shot there doesn't go for Frontenac. Fort Scott comes away with a rebound, and now they can hold for the final shot. Moreland goes all the way in, though. Tries to draw a foul there, but it doesn't work. And Frontenac comes away with a basketball. Now they can hold for the final shot. 12 seconds left to go. Pass back out to Collier. He'll drive into the lane. Little scoop layup. Oh, my goodness, that went in. Fort Scott will have a chance at the buzzer, and that one's not going to go, and that'll take us to the end of the first half with your score, Frontenac 24, Fort Scott 14. We'll hold here as the Lady Tiger dance team is about to perform.
Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delina Beatty is ready to help. Nails by Delin is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300.
Well, welcome back. Again, a huge congratulations to the dance team and the cheerleaders as they competed at state earlier this year. And hopefully you heard Dusty's, the PA announcer's introduction there. They both competed and placed very well at state. So congratulations to them. And they've been doing that for a few years now here in Kansas, a state that didn't have competitions for their dance and cheer squads or spirit squads for many years, but to have the last few years, and that's been a very welcomed thing for a lot of teams, and very pleased to see how well the Fort Scott Lady Tigers dance and cheer squads have both done at the state competition the last few years, and including this year. So congratulations to them. Let's run down your leading scorers here first for Fort Scott. They're being led by Cannon Brown, who has 6 here at the break. Cannon, the leading scorer for the Tigers this year. The only Tiger in averaging double figures for the year at 14 a game. But he's got 6 here for the Tigers to start this one here tonight. And then also Ty Marbury has 3, Quanai Moreland has 3, and Josh Wolhoff has 2 for the Tigers so far here tonight. Dub Chipman, who's averaging 9 a game, and again, he missed the first couple games coming back from that football injury, but he is averaging 9 a game, does not have any points yet, but we'll look for him to get going in the second half. Leading scorer tonight for everybody is Vinny Collier. The Frontenac Raider has 12 to lead everybody at the break so far, and then Frontenac also has Brogan Smith, who has 6. Caden O'Bray has 4, but he spent a bit of time in that first half on the bench with foul trouble. So just 4 for O'Bray so far, and then Jaden Houghton has 2. Not a lot of scoring there, but Fort Scott did get outscored in the second quarter 15-2, and they've had a real trouble in the second quarter this year. They led Frontenac 12-9 at the end of the first quarter, but then, of course, as I mentioned, got outscored 15-2 in the second, so they trail by 10 here at the break. We'll see. It's not out of the game, obviously, at this point, not out of reach, so Fort Scott's still in it, very much in it, And so we'll see how things go in the second half, and hopefully they can get things turned around. For all their struggles in the second quarter, they've really played pretty well this year in the third quarter. So we'll see if they can get that done again tonight, get back within a shot, maybe even take the lead. Hopefully they can do that going into the third quarter of this one here tonight. Tigers, as I mentioned, coming in at 0-5 this year. They'll go to Labette County on Friday. We'll have that for you here on Duckbait TV, and then back home against Pittsburgh next Tuesday. So a week from tonight, they'll play the big Pittsburgh rivalry matchup here at the Tiger Dome, and then they'll head to Coffeyville next Friday. So looking forward to that. And then the following week is the Frontenac Invitational. That's actually the next to last week in January this year. It's usually either one or the other. It's usually that or the final week in January. But again, just like the girls, a chance or a possibility, at least anyway, of playing these Frontenac Raiders again later this season in the Frontenac Invitational. Again, that is a bracketed tournament, so it is not a guarantee that they will play the Frontenac Raiders there. The Paola tournament, of course, a round-robin tournament, so they knew that they would play everybody within that tournament. You don't know that in Frontenac, but definitely a possibility that could end up meeting again. So, again, want to put your best foot forward here as we start the third quarter. Frontenac with the basketball. Frontenac will start the scoring here in the second half. And lead by 12 now. Here's a three-pointer. That one good by Tyler Anderson. Tigers need to find an outside shooter that can hit consistently. Now Frontenac gets another bucket there. Brogan Smith gets that one. Lead back to 11. Dub with the ball out front. Now kicks it over to Brown. Now back to Chipman. 5 on the shot clock. Around to Brown. 3 on the shot clock. He'll put one up there. That one off the rim, no good. Frontenac grabs the rebound, though, and the Raiders will come back the other way. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by Fort Scott. Ahead to Anderson. Here come the Tigers. Pass, though. They tried to get it inside to Dub, and it's knocked away by Frontenac. And we got a whistle, and it looks like the Raiders going to call a timeout as they had the ball on the floor, laying on the floor. So 30-second timeout taken by the Raiders here. To hold possession. It's about 2 minutes into this third quarter here. The Tigers trailing by 11. Frontenac gets it into Obrey. He'll get it across the timeline. Now they go to the elbow. Back out to Collier for 3. That one in and out, no good. Rebound Marbury inside for the Tigers. That was a turnaround shot by Ty from the elbow extended, but it's no good. Rebound Frontenac. Now pass ahead and stolen away by Dub. Here comes Chipman quickly to the other end. That one knocked away, though, by Frontenac and stolen by the Raiders. Back out to Obrey. Now a shot from the baseline doesn't go for Smith. Put back, though, by the Raiders. No good, but a foul on Fort Scott. Foul on Woolhoff, his first. And Jake Wegner will go to the line for Frontenac here. First free throw is good. Quade Moreland will check back in for the Tigers. Second free throw, that one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by the Raiders, though, and then he lost it. Moreland comes away with it. Quade will stop and pop from 18, but it doesn't go. Rebound taken by the Raiders. And now a foul on the Tigers here. It's going to go on Brown, just the first one on him tonight. And now Frontenac with the inbounds play. Drive in, shot there off the back iron, doesn't go. Rebound Moreland for Fort Scott. He'll get it out to Dub, and here come the Tigers. Trying to get some momentum here. Pass across, shot there, doesn't go, but a foul. And it will send Josh Woolhoff to the free throw line. Foul is going to go on Brogan Smith. It's his first. First free throw for Josh goes. Josh, a 67% free throw shooter coming into action tonight, makes them both there. Back to a 10-point deficit for the Tigers. Good defense there, knocked the ball out of bounds, but Frontenac will take it back here. Three-pointer from Obrey in the corner, that one no good. Rebound by Frontenac inside though, put back is good by Smith. He's in double figures now for the Raiders. As it's 31-19. Here's a three-pointer from Chipman. That one a little short. Rebound Moreland inside. Back to Dub. He'll put one up. That one goes. Frontenac down quickly now. Dub with the steal. We'll bring it back. Ball knocked out of his hands, but Brown will take it back. Dub thought about a three. Now he'll take it. Missed off the back rim. Rebound by Woolhoff. Back out to Anderson. He can shoot from out there, too. He'll drive in. 10-footer this time, though. It doesn't go, and Frontenac comes away with the rebound. Again, just tough luck for the Tigers so far this season. Need to figure out a way to get those lids off the basket here. This goes inside. Up and under move, no good. Moreland with the rebound, and I think we got a foul on Frontenac. Frontenac asking for a travel. I think we're going to get a foul, and it is on Brogan Smith. His second foul. Substitution here as Julius Courtney will check back in for the Raiders. Fort Scott will get Malachi Larson back on the floor as well. Larson drives in, and we're going to have a foul again on Frontenac. This one they're going to call on Julius Courtney. Inbound play coming for Larson. And that one's knocked out of bounds by the Raiders. So it'll stay with the Tigers. 2:39 to play. Oh, Fort Scott's got an inbounds from the corner. So that's where the ball went out of bounds. Confusion on the Tigers sideline here as they're not. Now they get it in. Have it to Brown. He'll step back, three-pointer. That one rattles home. That'll cut it back to 7 points. Now we'll see the student section starts to get going again here. Oh, now a foul on the Tigers. That's going to go on Tyler Anderson. Just his first. Fort Scott would really love to get possession back here, trailing by just 7 now. Drive there. That one is good by Vinny Collier. Anderson gets it across the timeline. Back over to Brown. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Over to Moreland. He'll drive in, kicks it back out. Anderson tried to get it back to Moreland, but it's picked off by Frontenac. Ahead it goes, and a layup there is good by Vinny Collier. And the Tigers are going to take another timeout. So with 1:40 to go, the Tigers take a full timeout. We'll take a break and come right back. This is Fort Scott Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV.
Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com.
Coming out of the timeout, the Tigers will have a couple of subs on the floor. They have Dub Chipman, Malachi Larson back out there, Quadai Moreland, Aiden Ogren back out on the floor for the Tigers, and also Cannon Brown. Moreland, he'll drive to the baseline. Stop there. Now puts it up. A little too strong. Rebound Frontenac. O'Bray will work it across the timeline for the Raiders. Now goes into the corner. Pass back out to Houghton. He'll drive in. Now back to O'Bray. Shot there, blocked by Fort Scott. Dub comes away with it, and then he'll get it knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers here. 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. A couple of quick Frontenac subs as Collier back in the game. Also, Jacob Murphy checks back in. Inbounds play comes to Brown. Now back to Dub. Back to Brown. Three-pointer from Brown. That one goes. And then Jake Murphy gets the basket at the other end by the Raiders. Lead back out to 10 points. Now Brown again, this time a two-pointer, but it goes, works two, as that'll cut it back to 8 now with 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Collier will dribble, kick it out to Smith. Now back to Collier, 4 seconds to go. He'll drive around, puts one up, and that goes at the horn. Vinny Collier having a huge night tonight for Frontenac. And the Raiders have a 10-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fort Scott Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV.
Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delyn Abatey is ready to help. Nails by Delyn is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delyn at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott.
So to start the fourth quarter, Dub Chipman out there with Brown, Anderson, Woolhoff, and Ty Marbury. Start this fourth quarter for the Tigers. Trailing by 10. There's a shot by Chipman inside that goes. The Tigers need to get on a bit of a run here. Collier brings it across the timeline. Again, I don't know the circumstances. I just know Frontenac does have a game on their schedule where they were outscored 21-5 in the last 6.5 minutes of it. That was against Anderson County back before Christmas. And they ended up losing that game by 3 points. We'll see what the Tigers can do here in the fourth quarter. Again, the shot clock could help the Tigers. Hopefully will help the Tigers. We got a whistle here. And what do we got? Oh, my goodness. Foul going to be called, a very late whistle, but a foul on Tyler Anderson, and that's going to be for 3 free throws here for Caden O'Bray. First one is good. Second one not good, but he does have another one coming. Second free throw doesn't go, but Frontenac grabbed the rebound. They get it out to Collier. He'll try a three-pointer. That one too short. Rebound batted towards the timeline, picked up by the Raiders. Collier drives in, layup there, doesn't go. Rebound, Woolhoff. Now out to Anderson. They get it to Dub. They get it across the timeline. Chipman drives in. Layup good for Dub. Back to 7. The deficit for the Tigers. Smith, he'll drive the baseline. We got a whistle. Going to get a foul on Fort Scott. I believe that's the 3rd one on Tyler Anderson now. Do say before the shot, so an inbounds play here for the Raiders. Shot there, too short. Rebound taken by Woolhoff. Might have been partially blocked by Woolhoff, and now a foul on the back end by Frontenac. And Jaden Houghton, I believe I mispronounced that name earlier. And Frontenac will take a timeout here. That's the 2nd foul on Houghton tonight. And another timeout for the Raiders. That's their second, but again, one little snapshot is not necessarily the key for the whole season, but when you see that, you think, okay, they've already had one fourth quarter where they were at home against Anderson County, who has not been great the last few years, and they were outscored 21 to 5 and lost that game by 3 at the end. You think Fort Scott could possibly pull something like that off here at the Tiger Dome, now trailing by just 7. Up to Chipman, over to the corner to Woolhoff for 3, and that one too strong. Josh battling for the rebound, though, and he will take it away from Frontenac. It's a tie ball. Possession arrow favors the Raiders, though, so they will get it back here, but great effort there from Josh to go after that missed shot there. Raiders get into the front court. Back to Obrey. He's been relatively quiet point-wise tonight, but it has been made up for by Vinny Collier, who's had a huge night for the Raiders tonight. Turnaround shot inside. That one doesn't go. Rebound loose, battled for, taken by Fort Scott. Here comes Brown. He'll get it over to Dub in the corner. Chipman now back to Brown. 5:50 to go. Set a screen. 3-pointer. Good for Brown. Back to a 4-point deficit for the Tigers. Shot inside. That one's going to be good for Frontenac. And Houghton will go to the line for an and one. Josh Woolhoff picks up his second foul. One shot coming here for Frontenac, and it is no good. Rebound, nice box out there by Ty Marbury. That gave Josh a chance to chase the ball down, and the Tigers bring it back down the floor. Dub for 3. It is in and out, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Frontenac. It'll stay with the Tigers. Fort Scott, a 3-pointer could cut this to a 1-possession game. 5 minutes to play. Dub drives in. He'll put one up. Good in the foul! Third foul on Houghton tonight. And Dub with the and one. And it rolls in there. It is a 1-possession ball game. Aiden Ogren will check in. As Ty will come out for a quick breather here. 5 minutes exactly to go on the clock. Obrey brings it up the floor for the Raiders. Now over to Collier on the left side. Back to Houghton. He'll drive in. Back to Obrey. 15 to shoot. Shot inside. Blocked by Fort Scott. Rebound. Oh, easy, guys. Easy. Tie up on the rebound. And Fort Scott has the alternate possession. So now Ty will check back in for the Tigers, as Ogren will come out. Quick breather there for Ty. Brown and Dub will bring the ball up the floor. Over to Anderson. He stops, now kicks it back to Dub. He'll drive across the lane. Gets stopped there at the elbow. Looking for somebody to pass to. Now gets it over there. 3-pointer on the way. No good, and that one goes out of bounds. It was not touched by Frontenac, At least from our angle, it did not look like Vinny Collier. He pulled his hand back to try to keep from touching it. I think he did that in time. So Frontenac gets the ball back with coming up on 4 minutes to play. Raiders still lead this one by 3. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by Anderson. Here come the Tigers, 3-on-2. Ahead to Wolof. He's going to put one up. Oh, it missed. And then a foul on the rebound. And who's the foul going to be on? It's going to be on Josh. Too bad there. That's his third. Fourth one on the Tigers here in the quarter. So it will be just one foul away now from putting Frontenac in the bonus as Ty will check back out and Aiden Ogren will check back in. Maybe a little offense for defense for the Tigers here. Collier bringing it up the floor. Fort's got it a man-to-man. Oh, and Ogren got the foul, I think, there. So that'll put Jaden Houghton at the free throw line for 2. He's already missed one, but he makes that one there. Fort Scott with a couple more subs as Ty comes back in for Aiden. They also get Quade Moreland back in the game for Anderson. Quick breather here for Tyler Anderson. Second free throw doesn't go, and then a foul on Frontenac on the rebound. Foul is going to be the third one on Jake Wegner now. And Frontenac will call the timeout, leading by 4. Trying to settle their guys down a little bit here. As again, Fort Scott was outscored 15-2 in the second quarter, but they have made a nice effort to get back into this game here in the second half. They tied Frontenac in the third quarter, 15-15, and now with a nice advantage here in the fourth quarter to get it back to within 4. See if they can keep it and keep the momentum up here. Trailing this one 43-39. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. 3:41 to go. Again, Frontenac is in the bonus. As Fort Scott has hit their foul limit here for the second half or fourth quarter. Frontenac has committed 3 fouls in this fourth quarter, though, so Fort Scott close to being in the bonus if they can get a couple more here. Dub drives in, shot there, goes for Chipman. Back to a 2-point game now for the Tigers. 2-point deficit for the Tigers. 43-41. O'Bray over to Collier. He has cooled off of late. We'll see if that can continue to be the case. Handoff goes to Smith. Back around to O'Bray. 8 on the shot clock. Back out. Drive to the bucket. And a shot no good, but a foul. The Tiger coaching staff not happy about that. It's going to go on Dub, his third. And Vinny Collier will go to the line for the first time tonight. Free throw, first one is no good, a little too short. Collier makes the second one, back to a 3-point game. Dub brings it up the floor. Drives in. Oh, a whole lot of contact there with no foul called that time. Coaching staff for the Tigers not going to be happy about that. Now out to Smith. He'll drive in. Oh, and a foul on Brennan. They're going to count the basket. Excuse me, foul on Marbury, I believe. And they'll count the basket, so that'll make it a 5-point game now. And Jaden Houghton will go to the line for one. And he made it there, so 47-41. Fort Scott needs a bucket. Moreland has it for the Tigers. He just checked back in for Fort Scott. Now to Anderson. Over to Brown. 18 on the shot clock. Now to Dub. He'll drive to the top of the key. Now kicks it off to Moreland. He'll put one up. And Quadai makes another one. Obrey over to Collier. Collier's had the hot hand tonight for the Raiders. Pass goes inside. Shot there is good for Wegner. His first field goal tonight. Back out to a 6-point advantage for Frontenac. Three-pointer for Brown. Too strong. Rebound Frontenac. Minute 25 to play. Collier brings it around, now kicks it back into the hands of Obrey. Back to Collier. Now a foul there. And that's the second foul on Brown, so it'll put Collier at the line for two. He just went 1 for 2 at the line. Just a couple of moments ago. Missed the first one, a little short. Just like he did the first time he was at the line. Second free throw on the way. That one doesn't go either, but Frontenac grabbed the rebound. Put back is good by Jake Wegner. Just like that, it's back to an 8-point lead. We got a whistle and a foul going to be called on Frontenac here. Foul's going to go on Jaden Houghton, his fourth. It'll put Dub at the free throw line. And again, that rule that's in the rule book, where if you are the defending team, you slap the backboard, it's supposed to be goaltending, and it's never called. And it was never called. It was not called again there. Tough luck for the Tigers. Dub makes the first free throw. 61 seconds left to go here in regulation time. Oh, falls in. Dub kind of coaxed that one in for the Tigers. And now Ogren checks back in for Fort Scott. Oh, somebody's got to come off. Who's coming off? And Dub will come off. Fort Scott trying to set up a full court press here, but Frontenac able to break it. Trying to trap some here a little bit as well. 23 seconds on the shot clock, so still plenty of time. Fort Scott's got a foul, though, and another late whistle. Foul's going to go on Cannon Brown. That one not as late as the previous one, but just tough. And now Obrey will go to the line for two. Third foul on Brown. First one is good. Now Dub will come in. Ogren will check out. Second free throw on the way, and that one is good. Back to an 8-point advantage for Frontenac. Brown lost it on his way to the bucket, and it's stolen away by Frontenac. 32 seconds to go, and now they don't have a shot clock. Ball deflected. And a foul on Josh Wolhoff. That'll be his fourth. And now Obrey will be back at the line for the Raiders. 27.9 seconds to go. He misses the first. Still a 3-possession game here, though, as it's an 8-point deficit for the Tigers. Second free throw on the way. That one rolls in there. The lead back to 9 for the Raiders. Fort Scott's got to go quick. Moreland lost it for a moment, still loose on the floor. We got a tie ball, and Frontenac will get it on the alternate possession. .16 seconds left. And Fort Scott's calling off the Dogs here. Frontenac will get it across the timeline, run the clock out, and this one will go in the books. 54-45. Fort Scott falls in this one. We'll take our final break and come back and wrap things up. This is Fort Scott Tiger basketball on Duck Bay TV.
If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delyn Abatey is ready to help. Nails by Delyn is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delyn at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delyn Abatey is ready to help. Nails by Delyn is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by DeLynn at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott.
And welcome back. Here as the Fort Scott Tigers fall to the Frontenac Raiders. Final score 54-45. And like we said, a much better fourth quarter. Frontenac with some free throws were able to push it out there. But Fort Scott did outscore the Raiders in the fourth quarter, which meant they outscored them for the second half as they were tied in the third quarter, 15-all. And then Fort Scott ended up outscoring them 16-15 in the fourth quarter. So, again, they lose this one by 9. And they were outscored by 13 in the second quarter. So that second quarter is, and I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a coach, and you know, I've watched a lot of basketball, but I have no idea why that just happens to be the case to this point in the season. But Fort Scott has just really struggled in the second quarter this year. And you take that out, they probably have a couple of wins at least, including tonight, and maybe even another win or so, maybe, you know, be at 500 here at the end of their first 6 games. But just some tough luck for the Tigers, no doubt, as they fall in this one. Go through the leading scores here for the Tigers tonight. Cannon Brown, again, led them 17 for the evening. And let me see here. That is 3 more than his average. He averages 14 a game for the Tigers. And got 17 here tonight. Dub Chipman got 13 this evening. All of those coming in the second half. 11 of those 13 coming in the fourth quarter. So he really turned it on late for the Tigers. Excuse me. Quanah Moreland had 5 for Fort Scott in this one. Josh Walhoff had 4. And then Tyler Anderson ended the night with 3. And Ty Marbury also ended the evening with 3 here for Fort Scott. Well, Vinny Collier, we called his name quite a bit here tonight, and he led all scorers with 21 for the Raiders. They also had Brogan Smith in double figures with 10. Caden O'Bray ended the night with 8. Jaden Houghton had 6. Jake Wegner with 5, and then Jacoby Murphy had 2. And so that is the scoring there for the Raiders in this one. But again, a tough one here for the Tigers as they fall to 0-6 overall. They'll get back in action on Friday as they'll go down to Altamont to take on Labette County. And I'm not sure how they did tonight, but the Grizzlies were 3-3 coming into action tonight, and that included a win over Frontenac 73-61 to open the season back on December 6th. So that'll be a tough team, no doubt, for sure. And they're always tough in their building. That's kind of the thing with the SEK is that the league teams are so good in their own buildings that you got to make up ground at home. And so our first league game at home will be next Tuesday against Pittsburgh, so looking forward to that. But again, we'll be on the air on Friday with the Labette County. At least we're planning on broadcasting that. Hopefully the weather cooperates and everything goes well there. But looking forward to that and getting back into league play there on Friday. But again, a tough one here for the Tigers as they played a whale of a ball game, particularly in the second half. And again, you take that second quarter out, and the Tigers win this one tonight. But you could say that about a good portion of their schedule so far this year. You just got to figure that second quarter out for whatever reason. But anyway, looking forward to Friday as the Tigers and Lady Tigers will be back on the road at Labette County on Friday evening. So thanks again for joining us here on Duckbait TV as, again, the Lady Tigers get the win tonight. Let's see if I find the final score there. That was 41-26 as the Fort Scott Lady Tigers got the best of Frontenac in the girls game tonight. Again, 41-26 the final score there. And then the final score here of the boys game, Frontenac with the win 54-45. But the Tigers really played very well in the second half of this game and got it down to a one-possession game. I can't remember if they got it down to 2 or not, but definitely got it down to 3. Couple of different times there in the early in the fourth quarter. Frontenac was able to hit some free throws late and push it back out to 9, but the Tigers, they're getting better, and that's the thing that you got to think about, and we talked a little bit about this last time, is that this team reminds me a little bit, at least at this point, of that 2020 team, Coach Clint Heffern's first year, where I think they were undefeated in the league. I have to go back and look, and I meant to do that over the break and just didn't do it. But I think they were undefeated at home in league play. They did lose a home game that year. It was a non-league game to Lewisburg, who finished second in the state that season. So it's understandable there. But that team had a lot of seniors. They had a lot of really good basketball talent on that team. They just didn't have a lot of varsity experience coming into the year, so it was a slow start, but they were able to get things going late in the season, and we're hoping that can be the case again for the Tigers here. We'll see as they get back on the floor on Friday down in Altamont. So looking forward to that. Thanks again for joining us here this evening. As, again, the Lady Tigers with the win in the girls' game earlier tonight, 41-26, and the Tiger boys fall 54-45 to Frontenac here in the nightcap. We know you have many options when watching the Fort Scott Tigers and Lady Tigers play, but we thank you so much for joining us tonight on Duckbait TV. From and down on the camera, Willie Abatey, to all the Duckbaits back home, and to the ones floating around the gym here tonight. My wife helping out with the dance team, as she usually does. I think one of our daughters was here tonight, but a huge thanks to them for their support. And to all of our viewers out there, thank you for watching this production of Duckbait TV. Good night, Kansas.